What's up, everyone? Christian Duke from StrengthAddicts.com with a very important announcement about next year's Arnold Classic. This affects both men and women's physique divisions. Yesterday, I got a ton of phone calls and emails from people asking me if I knew about the new procedure, what I thought of it, was it official, this and that. So basically, what happened after this year's Arnold Classic is that Jim Manion, Jim Lorimer, and Bob Lorimer got together and they wanted to come up with an idea to make both men and women's physique more all-inclusive, get more competitors on the stage, in other words, offer more opportunity. So after I heard from these athletes, I heard from these other folks, I did some phone calls, I did some research of my own. I texted Jim Manion, I said, could I talk to you for a minute? He called me almost right away. He's a great friend. We had a really good phone conversation, talked about a lot of the issues, and then I also spoke with Bob Lorimer, who is huge as far as the Arnold Festival goes and the planning and operations of that. Basically, what's going to happen is everybody's getting IFBB renewal letters, and with those letters is the contract for the Arnold Classic. Also, some people are getting emails. The way it's going to work is the first 50 people to A, renew their IFBB Pro cards, and B, submit those contracts to the Arnold Sports Festival will have the opportunity to go and compete in Columbus next year. Now, it's different than last year and years prior, because in years prior, 15, 16 people were invited and had all their expenses paid, comped immediately, hotel, airfare, food, and a per diem. Next year, what's going to happen is the 50 people that submit, the first 50 people that submit their contracts are going to go. They have to pay for their own expenses, but the judges are going to narrow down those 50 to 10 people. Those 10 people, in other words, the top 10, are all going to have all their usual expenses paid, airfare, hotel, food, and the per diem. And this is great news because the Arnold Classic, like I said, it's the biggest show in bodybuilding, second only to the Mr. Olympia. It has a huge international flair. It is huge for marketing because so many competitors that have sponsors or that train clients or that are owners at gyms or really influential at their gyms, this is huge for marketing because anybody that just gets on that Arnold Classic stage, credibility-wise, go through the roof. This is a huge opportunity to really bring in as many athletes as possible into this great show. Now, in years prior, the festival has been limited insofar as who they can invite. Usually it's 15, 16 people. This year, next year, there's going to be 50 people that are going to be on that stage. Over 30 people that may not have been invited are going to have an opportunity. And I'm a firm believer in merit. I believe that if someone goes into a competition with the expectation of winning, then making top 10 is, a no-brainer. I honestly believe if you really want to win, if you do your homework and bring the best physique, and you do your social media, and all your fans are just screaming your name, and you just brought the best suit and brought the best hair and makeup, and you've really mastered your posing routine, if you come in to win, you're going to make top 10, no questions asked. And if you make top 10, all of your expenses are paid. This is also important to note that, I spoke to Jim, and one of the things that Jim really pointed out was that this in no way, shape, or form has to do with Lee Thompson or the Little Inspire thing that's going on tomorrow at Muscle Beach or any of that. This decision was made almost immediately after this year's Arnold Classic, before any talk of Lee Thompson leaving, before any talk of Inspire or NPC Global or any of that stuff. This was done for the athletes, not because of another federation, not because of this, not because of that. It was done because they want to make the event as inclusive as possible. In fact, in so doing, I also want to read a quote that I got from Mr. Bob Lorimer. And Bob had this to say, quote, "I'd say we're trying to promote the newest IFBB Pro Physique division in the best way possible. The decision was made by Jim Manion and the Arnold Sports Festival. We felt it was the best decision for the sport. We look forward to following the same model with Pro Classic in order to find out who is really the best athlete or who is the top athlete. Best of luck to all the competitors." That's another thing to remember too. The Arnold Sports Festival is going to be including classic men's physique in the future. So again, they're really trying to offer the fans the best possible show. They're also trying to offer the athletes the most all-inclusive possible situation. Remember, the Arnold Classic in years past wasn't based on point system, wasn't based on who won shows. It was all invitation only. Now, they always got it right. They always had the best athletes there. Now they're going to have even more athletes there. So again, I think this is a great thing for the athletes, for the fans, for the federation, and I hope that all of you will get in on this, and I'll see you next year at the Arnold. I never miss an Arnold Classic. And again, check out the NPC IFBB Support Club, which is facebook.com/groups/I love the NPC. Thanks for watching, guys. Christian Duke, StrengthAddicts.com.